Black consciousness movement, period? Is it a PSYOP? Have you even asked yourself that? Is the Black consciousness movement a PSYOP? Has that even entered your mental? And why do I say that? Because I've come to understand that the Caucasian people, the movement, the Black consciousness movement, was the other side of the Black exploitation movement. So how it went was you had activists, most melanated people, or a lot of us, were activists in the 60s. We were up and doing shit, getting out, changing shit, right? We was out here mashing. F you, pig. That's Huey, right? Huey was pig, blah, 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 boop, right? He was out here doing it, right? Out here smashing on the government, marching, Martin Luther King and all them out here doing it. Really, remember this. You were activists, melanated people. You were activists. In the 50s and the 60s, you were activists. You got out and you did shit. You got your ass up and you changed the system. Then the Black Panthers kicked open the door in City Hall in the Capitol, in California Capitol, with their gun. That scared the living shit out of all the Caucasians in America. When the Black Panthers went to the Capitol, California Capitol, walked in that damn Capitol building with guns, was popping. Black Panthers did that. You can see video of it right now and pictures of it and all that. After that, this is when they went hardcore on dismantling the consciousness movements, because they were like, oh, you niggas are getting smart and you got guns? Hell no, nigga. No, buddy. We not about to do that shit. So what came right after that? Black exploitation, the Black exploitation movie. Right after the consciousness movement of the Black Panthers came Black exploitation, right? That was Superfly, or really the first one was Sweetback's Badass Song. That's the first Black exploitation movie, was Sweetback's Badass Song. Then came Superfly. So these movements, instead of bringing melanated people together to be activists and go at the man, the public, the system, it divided you niggas. It made you niggas want to be pimps and drug dealers and the rest of that. So it made a superhero out of the pimp and the drug dealer and said, oh, if I want to get to that shit, then I need to be like him. I can't be like the rest of you niggas. And it was only one dude. It can only be one pimp king, right? It can only be one king pimp. Not the kingpin, the king pimp. It can only be one. Or just a few scattered everywhere. So it's not for everybody. So that's not a cultural movement. That's an individual movement that you may get together with a few of your homies. You want to build a little small empire or something. But that dealt with the dumb niggas. That was the dumb niggas who, for no other choice or whatever, they entered the Black Panthers. You had a lot of dumb niggas in the Black Panthers because it was just the thing to do. They weren't really conscious and shit. It was just the thing to do. So how do we get these super smart ass niggas? How do we get them? Because those are the ones who created the Black consciousness movement in the first place. So how do we get them? Could it be by making them feel superior? See, we can't make them feel inferior, but if we make them feel that they're energetically superior to Caucasian people who are in power, they won't really do anything to gain power. They'll use the feeling in place of the action. So Black power came hard as fuck in the 60s, right? 70s? That's when we was wearing the afros and dashikis and shit. Black power, that's when the Black power movement, the consciousness movement really started coming around. Malachi Z. York, he was late. He was the 60s, 70s. Clarence X, all of this was around then, 70s, 80s. But if I can get the consciousness community to subdue themselves through consciousness. So meaning you have the information. There's two parts to information. You get the information and then you use the information. But if I can use the information to make you feel superior energetically, then you won't necessarily have to do anything, because you'll feel. So this is the movement I'm talking about. How all you melanated people call yourselves kings and queens, which is on its face stupidity, because common sense would just tell you that everybody wasn't descended from kings and queens. There was only a few kings and queens. And so their descendants would not be the whole population of melanated people. It would only be a few. And the rest of the melanated people would be probably descended from their workers or some shit like that. But no, nobody wants to feel that they descended from the worker. Everybody descended from the king. You understand what that means? You got all these different conscious factions and shit, all this different shit to tell you how great niggas are, how godly niggas are. You a god. If you were those people from the ancient times, would you not be manifesting the same things that they manifested back then? That would still be within you, because it's all energy and vibration. It doesn't change, it only transforms. So that energy and vibration would still live within you if you were those people. God, there's evidence of God. God is just not a myth. There's evidence of God. When you look around, you can see, and I usually use the universe, but I'm using other people's terms as far as God. But you can see evidence of that higher power whenever you look around and when you're in nature. Can we see evidence of that when we see melanated people other than just their melanin? Where do we see the greatness of the godhood of the god kings and queens of ancient Africa, or ancient Akibalon, or ancient Amexem, and all the rest of this shit that everybody know. Where the fuck are you with that today? Do y'all own any goddamn super estates? Do y'all own any towns and cities? Has this produced any schools? Any massive schools, consciousness schools, where you turning niggas into gods and goddesses? Has this produced any businesses that you can raise the community out of the poverty level with? What has it done? Again, is it a PSYOP? Because they know melanated people are egotistical. And if I can just make you feel like you are better than me, that's enough for you, because melanated people are also lazy as fuck. So you'll take the feeling over the action, because feeling like God is way easier than having to be God, huh? You ain't gotta do shit. Nigga, you see me, nigga? Black people magic, black girl magic, and all the rest of this bullshit. Because you got melanin, you think they make you God? No, every other thing in the goddamn world got melanin. You ain't special other than Caucasian people, but every other living thing in the goddamn universe has melanin. So you ain't special just because you got melanin. If you don't know how to use it, if you know how to use it, then that's a different thing. But if you don't know how to use it, don't make you special. So what is the point of all this mental masturbation and pontification, God pontification, if you don't do shit with it? Again, how is God scared to go out of their house when the popo out there? I ain't never known God or a king to be scared, be talking all this shit when you in your damn hood, in your community, but as soon as you see a goddamn popo, your heart drop to your ass. That ain't God. That's a bitch. I'm sorry. In context of God is what I mean. Not that you are a bitch, but I'm saying the opposite end of God would be a bitch. And so if God is controlling these people out here, if you aren't doing that, if you reach the other end and your heart jump out of your chest, you scared as fuck, boo, you can't get. And the thing is, the reason I'm saying that is because it's not like the information is not out here for you to control these niggas. It's out here. You just don't want to do it. A person who's a king and a god would have no problem learning the deficiencies of their enemy, of their so-called enemy, so that they can defeat them. It would be nothing for them to sit down and learn that shit, because God just does God shit. It don't say I'm a god. It don't scream God from the goddamn mountaintop and then do shit. Not do a goddamn thing. But everybody know I'm God, though. You God too, bro. Thank you. All right, God. Yeah, God. Peace, God. All right, bro. But you ain't out. You out here crying like a motherfucker when the popo roll up on your ass. I don't win none of that shit. Again, the Black consciousness movement, even if it wasn't a PSYOP at the beginning, it was co-opted and turned into a PSYOP to placate you. Do you understand what placate means? Placate means to make you less aggressive. That's what placate means. So if I can make you feel mentally superior to me, then it makes you less aggressive to me, because you think that you're better. So you don't have to beat up somebody that you think you better than. You don't have to go after, and you don't have to smash on somebody who you think you better than. Nigga, I'm better than you, nigga. The universe is gonna take care of you, nigga. But really, has it?